Hey Jessie Cats, and welcome back to another episode of Study with Jess. I hope you're having a super productive and happy week. And if you're new to this channel, then welcome to the Jessie Cat family. So on this channel, we pretty much just have a ball and we make studying a whole lot of fun. So I post up weekly study tip videos and I also throw study parties at the end of every month. So if you don't want to miss out on those videos, and I'm telling you guys, you don't want to miss out, then be sure to click that little red button below the subscribe button and join in on all the fun. Alright, so I am doing a top 10 tips for staying organized episode today as requested by all of you guys for a while now. So really hope that these tips help you to feel a lot more organized when you walk away from today and that you're going to feel really on top of all of your work. So let's get started. Okay, tip number 1 is to keep a planner. So I love my Erin Condren planner. I take it everywhere. The great thing about a planner is that unlike the human head, it doesn't forget anything. Once it's there, it is there for good, guys. So I would definitely recommend keeping a planner. I love Erin Condren life planners, but there's also really cute planners you can get from Typo, Kiki K, pretty much anywhere. You can even go on Etsy and find really cute planners as well. So yeah, definitely grab yourself a planner or a student diary and make sure that you write down all of your homework the second that you get it. Don't wait until you get home. Make sure that you're taking it with you everywhere to class. So when your teacher gives you some homework or a different thing that you need to do that night for your school studies, then you can just write it down, make sure that it's there, and then you know that you're going to get around to doing it. Okay, tip number 2 is to stay up to date with your classwork. So it's really important when you get to class that you've done all of your weekly readings, because that way all the information that your teacher's going to be talking about is not going to be new to you. It's going to be familiar already, and so you're not going to get confused about what they're saying, and you're not going to start daydreaming or getting lost and falling behind. So this way you're actually going to be keeping up to date with all of your work, and you're going to get a lot more out of your class time as well. So tip number 3 is to keep a separate section in your planner or a separate notebook for writing down any questions that come up when you're completing your homework. More often than not, you're going to be completing your homework and questions are going to pop in and out of your head, and it's really important that you keep a separate area to write down all of these questions. This way, you know that they're all going to be addressed and you can just relax about that and not stress that you don't understand a particular piece of information. Tip number 4 is to prioritize your tasks. So when you have a lot of homework, you may not be able to have enough time to complete all of it. It's all about prioritizing and really working on your time management skills. So if you haven't already, check out Seated Educationary's homework planner, which I designed, because it's got a priority matrix in there already, and it really helps you to prioritize and work out what's really important as opposed to what's really not a pressing issue and that can wait till later. This way, your most important things will get done, and anything else that needs to be done will just have to wait. And if you have extra time, then you can go ahead and complete all of those other little tasks. Okay, tip number 5 is to write down reminders right away. So this applies to your homework, but also your day-to-day lives. So a lot of people tell me that I'm really good at remembering things, but honestly, it's just because I carry my phone everywhere because I'm glued to it, but also because I write down my reminders straight away. So if someone asks me to do something and I'm not home or able to do it right away, then I'll put a reminder on my phone. And this way, if I do end up getting distracted or really consumed by another task, I'm not actually going to forget to get around to doing that task because it's on my phone and my phone's going to alert me and remind me to go and do it. Tip number 6 is to keep a tidy workspace. So I find it really helpful to set aside about 5 or 10 minutes at the end of every study session to put everything away, but otherwise you could even set aside maybe 30 minutes a week to tidy up your desk and your room just so that you have a nice and tidy workspace, because when things are all organized in your life on the outside, then more often than not you'll feel a lot more together and organized on the inside. Tip number 7 is to use a timer. So this is really helpful when it comes to beating procrastination and really staying on top of your work, making sure that you're working as efficiently as you possibly could. So I actually downloaded a tomato timer. It's an app on your phone and it just works in, I think, 25-minute blocks. And this way you can set as many as you want, and it depends on what sort of work you're doing, but it really just helps to keep you organized. And also the great thing is it just ends up organizing your study sessions for you so that you don't end up working for about 2 hours on end without a break, and that's just not good, guys. Tip number 8 is to write down all of your test and assignment dates well in advance. So again, it comes down to having a planner, a student planner, a school diary, just so that you can write down all of these dates early, because that way you can plan out all of your time. You won't forget when you've got an assignment coming up, and also you're not going to end up having an assignment that's due in 2 days. You didn't realize until your teacher reminded you just a couple of days before, just in case there were a couple of students that forgot. So if you end up getting your course outline at the start of the year, then go through it and write down all of those dates in your planner so that you can stay organized, you know that you're going to be able to plan well in advance, and you're going to complete your work on time. Tip number 9 is to store all of your handouts somewhere safe and keep them organized. So I like to use an expanding folder or an accordion file, and I keep all of my notes there. The great thing about an accordion file is usually that you can have little tabs and you can write the different topics on each tab so that you can then file the corresponding sheets of paper. So I really like this idea, and then I'll usually keep it in a closet in the hallway, and this way I know exactly where all of my notes are, and if I'm learning something similar the following year, I can always go back and check out my previous work. Tip number 10 is to create a homework schedule. So at the end of the day, guys, if you want to be organized and you want to stay up to date with all of your work, you need to actually do your homework. So it's really, really useful to actually create a homework schedule and plan out when you actually would like to be completing your homework. I don't want to say would like to be, but just plan to complete your homework. This way you're going to stay organized, you're able to commit to it because it's written down, and at the end of the day, you're much more likely to do something that's written down than something that you just agree to in your head. So definitely make sure that you have your own homework schedule, and don't go off what other people are doing. Think about what actually works for you. So do you work best right after school, or is it actually reasonable to say that you're going to start studying at 4 p.m. when you know that your favorite show starts at 4:30? So yeah, create a homework schedule, guys. So that's all for today's episode. I hope you all walk away feeling a whole lot more organized to tackle all of your studies. And if you have any more episode requests, then be sure to leave them all down below. If you found the tips helpful today, then please guys, give it a thumbs up and let me know that you liked it. And if you aren't already, like I said, join in on the Jessica family fun and subscribe below. Just click that little red button. Also, be sure to follow me on social media. You can find me at Study with Jess for Instagram and Twitter. And I also have a Facebook page and a blog page. It's studywithjess.com. And don't forget to check out Seated Educationery, my stationery line, for awesome products to help you with your studies and to make your studies a whole lot easier and fun. So I'm going to leave the link to that below, as well as my online study skill session that I run through Seated Educationery, so you can check that out too whilst you're there. Anyways, have a very happy and productive week, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!